simple as it seems, the twinkle in your eyes, the way that time slows down when you kiss me. As we fall asleep in a bed of butterflies, just close your eyes and then you'll see it. You don't ever have to look too far. You don't have to cover up your scars. You're perfect, darling, just the way you are. So before you think to rip yourself apart, open up my heart and you'll find love, 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 love. Love, love, love. Open up my heart and you'll find love. It will never grow old, even when we grow up. It's up to us to stop and smell each rose. They're the colors that we show, it's the feeling that we trust, and it's the brush that we both carry. You don't ever have to look too far. You don't have to cover up your scars. You're perfect, darling, just the way you are. So before you think to rip yourself apart, open up my heart and you'll find love, 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 love. Love, love, love. Open up my heart and you'll find love. When you're searching hard and it seems to lead to nowhere, no matter where you are, know I'll always be there. You don't ever have to look too far. You don't have to cover up your scars. You're perfect, darling, just the way you are. So before you think to rip yourself apart, open up my heart and you'll find you don't ever have to look too far. You don't have to cover up your scars. You're perfect, darling, just the way you are. So before you think to rip yourself apart, open up my heart and you'll find love, 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 love. Love, love, love. Open up my heart and you'll find love.
Pack your bags, say all your goodbyes, get ready for the ride of your life. You'll be traveling way across the sea. I know you're trying to set yourself free. So when you're out there on the road and you're feeling so alone, no matter where you go, you can always come back home. You can always come back home. We'll be singing songs just like we do. We'll always save a harmony for you. When you're traveling oh so far away, you'll have your voice, so don't forget to say, when I'm out there on the road and I'm feeling so alone, no matter where I go. I can always come back home. I can always come back home. So pack your bags, hold your head up high. Here comes the ride of your life. When you're cold and the winter winds attack, remember your friends, who've always got your back. When you're out there on the road, when you're feeling so alone, no matter where you go, you can always come back home. You can always come back home.
I already know better. 24K got nothing on me. Make you want it forever. Try to play a game, but you don't play for keeps. Messing with a girl from the east side, yeah. Kinda love you, wanna build your dreams, oh yeah. But I already know better. I'm a go-getter and I got me, I'm good. I'm head over shoes on hardwood. For me, you know I ain't that broke. I'm moving on from somebody wrong, so go ahead, tell me all the ways you miss it. How you want me back in your bed. But I'm not around for hearing you out. I gave you too much honestly, and you closed the door. Now you're calling me, but I don't need you anymore. Yeah, I already know better. 24K got nothing on me. Make you want it forever. Try to play a game, but you don't play for keeps. Messing with a girl from the east side, yeah. Kinda love you, wanna build your dreams, oh yeah. But I already know better. I'm a go-getter and I got me on my own, and I don't waste any time chasing the ghost who don't try. I'm top of the shelf, but you helped yourself to somebody else. It's too late. Don't really care about all of your mistakes. You were out of your league in the first place. Not even surprised that you let me down, down, down. I gave you too much honestly, and you closed the door. Now you're calling me, but I don't need you anymore. Yeah, I already know better. 24K got nothing on me. Make you want it forever. Tryna play a game, but you don't play for keeps. Messing with a girl from the east side, yeah. Kinda love you, wanna build your dreams, oh yeah. But I already know better. I'm a go-getter and I got me.
Say goodbye, Carolina Road. Well, I remember in my hometown, I met a pretty girl there. Well, I remember in my hometown when I met a pretty girl there. And her little white dress at the county fair. She took my hand, we made some plans, and our love did grow. She took my hand, we made some plans, and our love did grow. But as sure as those seasons change, her heart grew cold. So goodbye, Carolina Rose. some friends I had. I went up to a mountain town to see some friends I had. When I came back down, my little girl gone mad. She said, I'm leaving you, what else can I do? You ain't the man you used to be. Said, I'm leaving you, what else can I do? You ain't the man you used to be. But there's plenty of pretty women, so that's just fine with me. Say goodbye, Carolina Rose. Pay all my own bills. Now I live alone in my little home and I pay all my own bills. And if she don't love me, I'll bet her sister will. So goodbye, Carolina Rose.
With you, the sun is shining 24/7. 'Cause when we're together, it feels like we're in heaven. If it will get dark, you'll be my million stars. I know I can lean on you. Ooh, you catch me like a leaf falling from a tree. If I'll be a shooting star, you make a wish. No, I don't fake this kind of feeling, never felt so real. My heart is on the table 'cause you're my everything. I do. I wanna marry you. 'Cause when you're around, I know it's true. The way you make me feel is so good, baby. So good, so good. Every single day we spend apart, I wanna be with you. Baby, take my hand, hold it tight just like you do. Feels so good, so good. When I wake up in the morning and I see your face, I'm becoming blind by your dazzling grace. What a beautiful feeling to be close to you. There's nothing else I wanna do. Ooh, and from the fields of flowers you chose to pick me. You're spreading sugar on my misery. And I don't fake this kind of feeling, never felt so real. My heart is on the table 'cause you're my